Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, road ragers of all ages, it is I, the SKFeffect, rocking my Team Awesome 418 t-shirt. Get yours now at Pro Wrestling Tees. We're going to talk TNGF, Impact Wrestling, Anthem, Bound for Glory. No matter what the company's called, the event's still going to be called Bound for Glory. It is still taking place this coming Sunday, November 5th. On pay-per-view, Fight Network app, and any other way that you can watch it. We're going to talk some of the matches taking place right now. The main event. I like this one. I like this. Eli Drake, the namer of dummies. The man that got the push after Alberto El Patron got the shove. The current global champion. That's what we're going to call him, the global champion right now. He faces Johnny Impact. You may know him as Johnny Nitro, Sean Morrison, Johnny Mundo, and a bunch of other names that start with Johnny. I'm looking forward to the match. It could go either way. I'd be surprised if Eli Drake actually does get the win here. He's held it for a while now. I kind of figure at this point it's probably going to go to Impact. Pun intended. The X Division title is going to be online in a 6-way match. The current champion, the Troll King himself, Trevor Lee, will be defending against Desmond Xavier, Garza Jr., Matt Sydal, Petey Williams, and Sanjay Dutt. There's a lot of legendary people in there, especially some within the company. You know what? I'm looking at it. I could see Sydal getting it, just because he's probably one of the bigger names there, albeit not in the company itself, but outside of it. We know they like that. I wouldn't mind Desmond Xavier, the future. Garza was getting a big push. He could end up getting it. You know, either way, I think it's going to be good for it. We'll see what they do afterwards. The tag titles are on the line in a 51-50 street fight. LAX of Santana and Ortiz, with Conan in the corner, will be going against Ohio versus Everything. Dave and Jake Christ. But both these teams are fairly new. Both came out this year on Impact. Both teams have been out for a while on their own in the Indies. Both of them are excellent. Both of them are very entertaining. I can't pick a favorite in this one either. OVE did get the titles just after coming into the company. I wouldn't mind it going, but same for LAX. They, in fact, got both the Impact and the GFW, and we have both of them. So I could give it to them retain, especially since we are supposed to be getting another new face joining, Sami Callihan, a.k.a. Solomon Crow from NXT, and was it Jebediah Crane, and Lucha Underground they were calling him? I'm cool with that. I like Sami Callihan. I think he'd be fun to watch in there. He's fun to watch no matter where he is, honestly. Especially when he's getting beat up by Havoc. Impact! Can we? Please? You want death machines and... Come on. Thumbs up? Yeah? Okay. Maybe. We'll come back to this one. Moose and Stephan Bonner from MMA versus King Mo and Lashley in 6 sides of steel tag team action. Alright. I mean, Lashley and Moose are good on their own. We'll see what the MMA guys bring to the table with it. It's in a cage. You know, they can beat the hell out of each other. At the end of it, you know, when you compare them all, I gotta go Lashley. Lashley's that beast they like having him to be. I think Lashley will get the win on that one. Abyss with James Mitchell versus Grado in a Monsters Ball match. You know, I hate it whenever they bring up the Monsters Ball match. Remember when the idea concept for Monsters Ball was the men were like locked up for 24 hours in like a dark hole, no food, no nothing, and then they were just let out for the match? That was an interesting concept of Monsters Ball. This is just a hardcore match. If Grado loses, his work visa will be terminated and he must leave the United States from Canada, no less. God, I'm really hoping Laurel Van Ness gets involved in this somehow and helps Grado win. And they can live happily ever after in Canada. I mean, she gets to work in America. Why couldn't he? I don't know. With all the recent departures, which, I'll touch at that at the very end of this, it's torn. If this is going to be the end of Grado, Abyss is going to get the win. If Grado's going to be sticking around, if his contract's getting extended, which, I mean, Grado's extremely popular. Why wouldn't they extend it? Grado's getting the win. My heart, I want Grado to get the win. I like the guy. He's funny. This one should be actually pretty good. Team AAA. I'm going to ask for forgiveness ahead of time. We're just going to go Phantasma. Pagano and Tejano versus Team Impact, Eddie Edwards, EC3, and the Cowboy James Storm. It's Impact Bound for Glory. I really hope the connection, the working relationship Impact has with all these other companies continues past the Bound for Glory tapings. But you know what? I want Team Impact to get the win in this. I've saved the best two for last. Rosemary versus Taya in a red wedding match. Which, a red wedding match was supposed to happen for some other company earlier this year, but some freaky bride didn't show for the match. But I like this because I'm pretty sure when we're calling it Red Wedding, it just means that it's going to be a first blood match between the two. Which has been really fun considering both of them have sprayed mist at each other, so that could cover any blood stains. I have to go Rosemary, though. I have to go Rosemary on it. And lastly, it is a triple threat match for the Knockouts Championship. The champion, Sienna, versus Allie, versus Gail Kim. Now, it's been said this is going to be Gail Kim's last year, which means these are going to be her last tapings with Impact. This is her last Bound for Glory. So, when you put it together, unless you're doing some type of Scott Steiner's math, Gail Kim's probably going to win this. But my fingers are really, really, really crossed she's not. And what I want to see happen is as Gail hits Eat the Feed on Sienna, as she gets ready to go for the pin, Allie just comes running up from behind, tosses her out the ring, and gets the pin herself. Becoming a two-time Knockouts champion, turning heel. She just blasts Gail with the title belt, and it's all hail Queen Allie from that point forward. I can have my fingers crossed, right? More than likely, Gail's going to win, but I have my hopes for Allie. I also wouldn't mind Sienna. I have nothing against Sienna. I fear Sienna. She's threatened to eat my soul before. I think she would do it, if given the opportunity. So that's going to be it. That's going to be the matches taking place at Bound for Glory, Sunday, November 5th. They have lost a lot of people recently from the company that have been left go. Some of them, they weren't main eventers at the time. They had potential. I mean, we did lose Low-Key earlier in the year. His departure has officially been announced. Marche Rocket, MJ Jenkins. We've lost some referees. Brian Hebner, Brian Stifler. There's rumors of James Storm. As 2017 comes to a close, Impact and Anthem already have plans for 2018. They've already announced they'll be part of WrestleCon during WrestleMania weekend. So we'll see what exactly the company has planned going forward. you know, this is a give and take with them. It's kind of always been like this every year. Things get built up, things get let go. We'll see where exactly they go from here going forward. This is a make and break for the company. This is the end of the year. Curious to see what we're going to do with the belts. It looks like Images. They've just slapped Impact logos over the GFW logos. GFW's been removed from the main logo. It just reads Impact Wrestling Anthem or Impact Anthem. It's been a hell of a year, but the one thing they've done right this year, the one thing that was awesome, is all the connections that were made with AAA, with Crash, Noah. Those were, you know, it said those were mainly Jeff Jarrett. So hopefully these connections can be kept now that Jarrett's gone from the company. Well, my fingers are always going to be crossed. I'm not someone that's going to hold up high or delusional, but my fingers are always crossed because I want there to be another alternative. I want there to be something else to watch. I want there to be another companies for these people to go to and get the exposure. And this year, a lot of the wrestlers that are with Impact did get exposure down in Mexico, down in Japan, down in Canada, all these other places. So, I mean, that's good for them. That's what I want. So, until then, catch Bound for Glory. Order it, you know, if you can. Watch it legally. If not, I'm not going to say anything else. Go to Pro Wrestling Tees. Order some Team Awesome shirts. Hey, you know what? You like the Knockouts? Go to Shop TNA. Get the Knockouts bundle for photos. Forces of Nature. Until next time, I am the SKFeffect. We'll see you in the future.
Style.
Sorry about your damn luck.